Welcome to Culture Screen, where we analyze culture through countdown.
This episode is on the top games that will be released in the year 2020. Number 10, Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020. Flight Simulator will be released sometime in 2020. It's being developed by Asado Studio and published by Xbox Games Studio. Flight Simulator 2020, as its name suggests, is a flight simulator. Players can fly all over the world thanks to the data collected by Bing Maps. The Bing topographical data of planet Earth is what gives this game its accurate simulation of planet Earth. The game will also include realistic physics. You will also see cars on roads, and water will flow realistically depending on the wind direction at that given time. Number 9, Ghost of Tsushima. Ghost will be released in the second or third quarter of 2020. It's being developed by Sucker Punch Productions and will be released by Sony Interactive Entertainment. The game takes place in the 1270s during the first Mongol invasion of Japan. Players control the last samurai on Tsushima Island. Ghost of Tsushima is going to be an open-world action-adventure stealth game. You will control the character in the third person. Players will be able to travel across the map quickly on horseback. You can sneak up on your enemies or challenge them to an old-fashioned samurai duel. Number 8, The Last of Us Part 2. The Last of Us Part 2 will be released on May 29, 2020. It's being developed by Naughty Dog and will be published by Sony Interactive Entertainment. The Last of Us Part 2 takes place 5 years after the events of The Last of Us Part 1, released back in 2013. You control Ellie, who is in the middle of a conflict with a post-apocalyptic cult in the United States. One unique aspect of the audio in the game is that you can use Listen Mode again. Listen Mode helps you locate enemies in hard-to-see areas. This supplements the horror movie style visuals in the game. The main skill branches are going to be stealth, survival, and crafting, the three essential things you need to survive. Number 7, Metroid Prime 4. Metroid Prime 4 will be released in January of 2020 and is the next Metroid game in the series. Metroid Prime 4 follows the events of Metroid Prime 3, Corruption, which was released in 2007. In January of 2019, Retro Studios continued the development of the game after Bandai Namco Studios had began. Metroid Prime 4 will be published by Nintendo for the Nintendo Switch. Number 6, Streets of Rage 4. Streets of Rage 4 will be released sometime in 2020. The game is being developed and published by Dotemu. Streets of Rage is a continuation of the Streets of Rage series. The original Streets of Rage trilogy was released in the 90s. This game will carry on with the same side-scrolling, beat-em-up style and genre. New to the game is the ability to heal back your health by performing certain moves. Players can also slam their opponents against the walls and against each other for unique combos and specials. Currently, we know players will be able to choose from Axel Stone, Blaze Fielding, Adam Hunter, and new to the series, Cherry Hunter. Number 5, New World. New World will be released on May 26, 2020. It's currently being developed by Amazon Game Studios Orange County and will be published by Amazon Game Studios. New World will be a massive multiplayer online role-playing game, or MMORPG. The game is set in the 1600s, where players have to colonize a fictionalized British America somewhere in the Atlantic. There will be a beta version to be released in April of 2020 for those of you that pre-ordered the game. In New World, players will fight other players, create items, and search the massive open world for resources. Number 4, Dragon Ball Z Kakarot. Dragon Ball Z Kakarot will be released on January 17, 2020. It's being developed by CyberConnect 2 and will be published by Bandai Namco Entertainment. It will be an open-world action RPG. Banyu is the name of the main character of the game that players will control. Players will travel the open world leveling up their skills, their power levels, and also fighting and defeating enemies. Number 3. Halo Infinite. Halo Infinite will be released in the fourth quarter of 2020. It is being developed by 343 Industries and Skybox Labs. It will be published by Xbox Game Studios. Halo Infinite is the 6th main game released in the Halo franchise. It's the 3rd chapter of the Reclaimer saga and follows Halo 5 Guardians. According to the E3 in 2018, the story will take place on a Halo ring. Master Chief will also use the Mark 6 armor he wore in Halo 2 and 3. Halo Infinite will bring back the split screen feature. It will also be the first game on the new Xbox Series X, the 4th Xbox console generation. Number 2. Doom Eternal. Doom Eternal will be released on March 20th, 2020. It is being developed by id Software and published by Bethesda. Eternal will be the 5th installment in the series and will be released for the Microsoft Windows, PlayStation 4, and Xbox One. A Stadia and Nintendo Switch port will be released in the future. After the events of 2016's Doom, there are demonic forces trying to take over planet Earth. It's up to you, the Doomslayer, to clear them out. Some of the weapons you can use include combat shotguns, super shotguns, heavy cannons, rocket launchers, BFG 9000s, the ballista, and of course you'll also find a chainsaw and grenades to toss around at your enemies. Number 1. Cyberpunk 2077. Cyberpunk will be released on April 16th, 2020. It is going to be a RPG and is being developed by CD Projekt Red and will be published by CD Projekt. The game will have players control Mercenary V, a skilled hacker and machine expert. Players can choose from multiple ranged weapons in combat, and the game runs in the first and third person. In the game, you can customize Mercenary 5, including his stats. You can also choose from different class types like hacking, machinery, and combat. Some of the weapons include melee weapons, blades, handguns, shotguns, rifles, and sniper rifles. The game is set in a fictional Night City, California. Night City consists of 6 regions: the city center, Watson, Westbrook, Haywood, Santo Domingo, and the Badlands. You'll gain experience points from storyline guests, quests, and missions. CD Projekt Red began production of Cyberpunk 2077 right after they finished The Witcher 3.
We upload new videos every week, so subscribe to our channel. Don't forget to hit the like button as well. Click the notification bell to be notified of when we upload these videos. See you on the next episode of Culture Screen.